So I've been lucky enough to come to New Zealand a bunch of times to check out the awesome car scene here. They definitely love their Mazda rotaries, and today we're at Sprint RE Engineering. All right, here he is, Jason the man. Hey. How you going, mate?
Yeah, good to see you.
So what do you got going on in here? This is the engine room?
This is the engine room, yeah. A couple of little bits and pieces on the go at the moment. All different motors in different states of build. Some are fresh out of cars and the others are, just getting ready to go together. Just finished this one off today, which is for a customer's Targa car. This is a BMW running a large peripheral ported FC motor. Yeah, it should be quite a radical little build, this one.
Oh, so I like these billet ports too, they're quite cool.
Yeah, no, they're pretty nice. The old conventional style, which everyone used to do, was the filler and all the rest of it. It's the same as what's on here, which is all locally machined here in New Zealand. It's a nice insert, all CNC milled, all the porting we've done, and then we just run a aluminium blank off plate, O-rings. So.
And for people that don't really know rotaries, I mean, what's the blank off plate do? What does that achieve?
So basically when you've got your water gallery, this is where you run into issues with big peripheral ports and the old school J ports and stuff like that is water leakage. So this is an open water gallery in the block. So what conventionally you would do is fill it full of metal filler. And send it basically. Generally if it's good quality filler, it's done well, it worked well, you get a good lifespan out of it. This is just a far superior way. Twin O-rings, nice pressed aluminium insert. Straight in with the O-rings. Beautiful. Not only does it look good, it actually works. So
nice. And I see these housings here. So what's this? Is this a new housing or is this?
So these are brand new housings. So they've literally been bought from Mazda straight to the machine shop. We get the peripheral port work done. I'll then hand finish that and then port out the exhaust. That's as it is. We get the water gallery work done. So open all the water galleries, groove them. Really good cooling efficiency for that. At the same time, which if you're a rotary guy, spark plugs on the modern housings are an absolute nightmare with different. You've always machined down tools and whatnot. This one actually we machine them out. You can just use a conventional spark plug, and then we get our logo and the top machined off, and then the 13B machine back in, 12A, 20B. We only do it generally on the bigger horsepower build. So this is actually going to be a turbo package, which we'll have a look soon. That's our peripheral port turbo package, which will be going into a 3-3 hatch, which is just going to be an event burnout. He's going to do a bit of everything in it. Yeah, this will be a really, really nice engine when it's done. The rotaries, the beautiful thing about it, and which is obviously why it's so popular and loved, it's just so simple. For what, this is natural aspirate making 300 horsepower, and it just sits at 9,000 RPM round a circuit all day long, and 2 years running and absolutely nothing done to it. A lot of the motors we do are new. Not many of them these days are second-hand components. Most of it's new. That's a little custom 12A which we're building for a 1961 Vauxhall Victor. It's actually machined down 13B housings. So we've had them machined down, CNC to a 12A spec, and then actually had the 12A machine back into them. So for all intents and purposes, they are 12A. The 12As, I personally love them, which will, it's been one of those motors that I've been involved with and love from the beginning. They go so well, awesome little motors. We're still pushing 12A turbos, 400-500 horsepower in street cars regularly, and they're reliable. So 20B, which is the housings are actually all away for that block. The housings away, front cover and everything away, getting polished. Rotors have all been machined, balanced, and then that's all getting ready to be detailed. That's actually Ryan, who works here. He's not here today, unfortunately. It's his actual personal motor, so putting in an 808 wagon. So that'll be running a 20B turbo. Most people are now dealing with the Renesas and the RX-8s and FD engines are probably the most common engines we're dealing with. That's a little Renesas motor. It's for my little HB Cosmo, my own personal car. So that'll be a little detailed up. Just a daily driver. Hopefully get that motor built. I was hoping to build it today when you guys were here, but I've sort of just ran out a bit of time, unfortunately. But it was just about ready to go. But and
I guess actually on the Renesas motor too. I mean, the Renesas, that's the RX-8 engine, and that was their sort of new attempt at changing things around a bit. But
Didn't really work that well.
It looks like that one's gone back to a conventional peripheral port.
Yes, yeah, so it is a peripheral ported rear assist motor. This one's a bit of a, in research and development, this one. Hence why I'm playing with it in my own car. It's a bit of a setup that we're going to trial first. Yeah, so it's running a 62mm Borg Warner. It's going to be all new Link ECU, all brand new, everything's fabricated. We're just now to build the block, put it in. I literally want to be my own car. I want to be able to jump in it and reliably just drive it, and comfortably drive it. But the good thing, the rotating assemblies are great out of them. Rotors are good, highest compression rotors you can get. So they did have a few perks. Most of the Renesas stuff ends up in other motors. Eccentric shafts are lighter, stationary gears come windowed factory, so in the 6-port version. So yeah, they are a good base. A lot of people will buy them, pull everything out, take the rotating assembly, build their high horsepower, naturally aspirated motors and muck around it that way.
Speaking of RX-8s, I did see one out in the workshop, so I'm pretty keen for you to give me a look around some of the cars in the workshop.
Yeah, let's have an nosy.
Show me what's going on.
Yeah, come out for a look. So this is one of our customers' cars. We've recently rebuilt it. It was a 20B Bridgeport turbo. It's now running a new block that we built, a complete custom new intake. So it's a full peripheral port turbo setup. Running a big 400 series Borg Warner. Literally hasn't been driven yet. It's a fresh motor, fresh start. It's due to go on the dyno in a couple of weeks. Yeah, it runs R154 gearbox, Hilux diff. Everything in it's been rewired, Link Thunder. We're a Link ECU dealer and solely deal with Link. We fit them into everything. One of the best ECUs that we've found to deal with that suit the rotary application perfectly. We're sort of aiming not for huge horsepower at this point. It'll run reasonably low boost, probably about 10 PSI. We're sort of thinking around that sort of 650 at the wheels. It should be a reliable setup. 20B and peripheral ports, which you'll see as we go through the shop, we're quite fond of. So we do a lot of peripheral port work. It's one of those little niche things that we do and sort of more known for, and we muck around and make the turbo setups work. So a lot of guys stay away from them. We've sort of mucked around with them for quite a few years now and got a reasonably good recipe that, I mean, like I say, we'll go for a drive in the RX-7 later. It's smooth as silk. You can just put it in 5th gear and just cruise at 100 Ks. And I guess the stigma around the peripheral ports and being undrivable and the rest of it with the ECUs and the gear we have now, it's really come a long way.
It's quite a nice car. There's two notice that came in. It's got this Savannah taillights and all that sort of gear in it too.
He's just mini tubbed the rear end recently and changed all the Link setup in it, Link arms, and yeah, it's new wheels. Literally got a rebirth with the 20B. Yeah, it's a full street car. This thing is just going to be driven on the street. He's not planning on taking it off anytime soon. It's running on pump fuel at the moment. We'll tune it up on that, and then later on, it's the fuel system and everything in it set up for ethanol. So I'd say in the near future we'll convert it over to ethanol and give it a go. But yeah, we'll do a startup in a little bit. I'll probably just give it a check over before, and we'll give it a kick in the guts. But I might be able to put this ute down and have a nosy at it too if you'd like.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, keen to see this.
It's getting a full restoration. Came in as a running piston, completely stock, road legal. We've done the rotary conversion on it. It's running an RX-8 5-speed, brand new 13B Bridgeport. We'll be running EFI hardware injection, Link ECU, all the sort of fruits. And he's down the line, full steam ahead. It was due to get the exhaust done this week, so we'll start fabbing that up. But most of the stuff in the engine bay is positionally where it needs to be now. We managed to get the RX-8 box fitting really nice in there. So he's got a nice modern box. He's just going to drive this. He wants to put his push bikes and BMX bikes on the back and use it as a weekend warrior. So we built it in that respect to be nice and simple. Yeah, it should be a real good street cruiser. Still make good grunt. It should, we sort of think it would probably be around 250 horsepower. Not huge horsepower, but he's just going to cruise it. So it's not going to be seeing any burnout pads or anything like that. So.
I like the colour matched end plates as well. That's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a iconic look. And especially with the polished, we try to do it with most of our builds where we can. It just really sets in the car really nice. And we'll detail everything, throughout the fuel tank, and everything's matched to the car colours and engine cross members the same as the car. And we just break it up with the blacks and whatnot to keep it really clean. The one thing we don't like doing is making things look messy and overcomplicated. So as simple as possible. We're still busy fabbing on it. Yeah, it'll be ready for wiring in probably a week or so. He actually owns a Mazda dealership.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'd say it'll be
parts delivery. Yeah,
it's the one.